What's up, everybody? It's Budokai over here with another episode of Sober Superstars. Today we've got Jenni with us, and I'm just excited to dive into this, ask a few questions, kind of share our story with you, and hopefully this impacts somebody's life out there. This has been the second scheduling of this. Unfortunately, our producer is sick right now, so we have Brady in the back over there doing some of the production work with us. And Jenni, just say hi to everybody
Hi,
real quick.
everybody.
And so tell us, what was your drug of choice, first and foremost?
Yeah, so it started out with meth when I was really young. And after I finally got clean from meth, I switched right over to alcohol and was an alcoholic. So
No mixing the two?
I didn't ever really drink when I did meth, and I never did meth when I drank. So
Oh,
yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
So it was like, hey, let me quit this. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, here's a new one. I did, do cocaine, to drink more and things like that. But yeah, they didn't ever mix. So
No.
yeah.
Well, the cocaine did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like perfectly.
Yeah. Perfectly.
I
Yeah.
mean, it made you last so much longer.
So much longer.
Superpowers on drinking with
Yeah.
that one. But
Yeah.
so then how long was your stint for addictions?
So since I was 12 to 35.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do the math. How many years is that?
Let's see. So
God goodness, my math isn't fucking working.
more than half my life. So
I'm not mathing. How many? 23 years? Oh, wow. You literally beat me by 2 years.
Oh, see, at least I wanted something, right?
And how long have you been sober now?
So I've been sober a little over 6.5 years from alcohol and almost 23 years from meth. So
23 years from that.
yeah, I got sober
wow.
from meth when I was 19.
Oh shit! When you said I'm sober 6 years, I was about to be like, boom, gotcha. I'm 18 years sober from meth, but wow, 23.
Yeah.
So completely done, dilly. No more fucking around. Like this isn't, or is this still something that you struggle with on the day?
I didn't struggle with it. I stopped doing meth April 19th, 2001, and I never looked back. Honestly, it completely destroyed my life. But the alcohol, I don't struggle with it so much, but it's definitely present in my mind every single day. So,
Gotcha. So still something you think about constantly and stuff like that, or
definitely I don't struggle with the urge to drink, but I walk myself through, like the glamour of it. Seeing it on TV, ladies are at happy hour, they're having a great time, and I just remind myself constantly that it's not a great time, that I'm going to wake up, have no memory of what I did, ashamed of myself, throwing up, all the horrible things I did. So, yeah, I definitely walk myself through that constantly.
were you like 0 to 100 whenever you drink,
Yes.
or 0 to 1,000?
0 to 1 million.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was no breaks to
There
it.
was
It was just
there was no breaks. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
and so now you just know that it's a no fucking option. It's not.
yeah, anything I put my hand on, I'm addicted to. So now it can only be things that are positive, like working out, reading.
How often are you at the gym?
So I normally work out about 6 days a week. I've been going through a little bit of a down part right now, but I'm working my way back up. So
What's down for you?
So I still struggle with depression and, self-worth a little bit. So I have to work on it constantly.
Right.
So, yeah.
What's the work look like?
So I read a ton. I'm working on, just not laying around, sleeping all day, getting small tasks done, telling myself I am worthy, forgiving myself. I journal. I'm doing some shadow work journaling right now. Yeah. So
That's dope.
yeah.
No, I just bought that book. I just bought the shadow work book. The little black book. Is
Yeah,
that the one you're
that's
talking
the one I'm
about?
working on. Yeah.
I think I bought that for Jamie in. I could first and foremost, I could already tell you and fucking Jamie could be like fucking best friends.
Yeah, I
Like,
really
no
like
fucking joke.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even playing. Like you guys are literally. Like I almost feel like I'm talking to her
Oh, okay.
right now, even in this, and so yeah, I think I bought that for her in October of last year, and so how's that going? that one?
It's good. I really like the way they laid it out. It definitely brings up a lot of things in my subconscious, so I do it very slowly. I'll get in the bath, relax, meditate, and then work on it. And I really like it. It's a really useful tool, I think. And it's you can do it, you skip to the end or you can start at the beginning. So sometimes I'll feel a little too triggered by one of the questions and I'll skip to the middle. I really like it. So
It has that form. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Oh, this one works.
This one works.
Not today.
Yeah.
Fuck that
Yeah.
shit.
I'm going to get out of the bath now. So yeah.
Before I drown myself.
Yeah, before, yeah.
Yeah, no,
exactly.
and I get it. Like, so all these different things that you're working on, first and foremost, do you have the Grit app by chance?
I don't.
It's $15 a year. I promise you it's super worth
Okay.
it. If you're doing like these daily things, the coolest thing is, especially like when you said little tasks, right, of accomplishment.
Yeah.
The Grit app will literally like you could write down whether it's a daily task and stuff like that, and you could click things off
Okay.
every day.
I'll definitely do it.
And I'm so OCD about it that I'm like,
I'm no CD, so.
wait, what's no CD?
It's the exact opposite.
Like,
We're 0 to 100 or 0. So
gotcha. Well, no, not me. I'm like, I have
Yep.
to click it like to the point where like one of the daily activities that I have to do every single day is 10,000 steps. No matter
okay.
what. So if it's nighttime and we're done putting the kids to bed and I've got like, oh shit, 7,000 steps. I will literally go downstairs and walk in circles all over my house
Really?
until I hit 10,000 steps. I just have to.
That's awesome.
So, but it helps because it helps with
because it's a goal you set.
Yep, and
Yeah.
it helps with my weight control. It helps with all the different things that I want to pursue in optimal life
Yeah.
or optimal lifestyle. So, okay, books. Tell me the books you're reading right now. What's your favorite book you're currently reading?
Oh, I'm reading a fantasy series called Dungeon Crawler Carl right now. And then I also alternate back and forth between, a nonfiction book. So I'm reading a book about, and I can't remember the author, but it's a book about how food affects your microbiome and how your microbiome affects your brain health.
Nice.
And it's really interesting. So
Is it the white book with the big broccoli-looking brain on the picture?
I'm not sure because I actually just got a Kindle. So
Oh, okay.
which I always said I wouldn't do, but it's been really awesome. So yeah, I just
Nice.
I would have to look it up on my
I'm an
Kindle.
Audible fan.
Oh, okay.
Tons and tons of books on the Audible.
See, I scroll out if I listen to the audibles. I zoop.
You zone out.
Yeah.
So trick, because so did I.
Okay.
Here's an awesome trick for everybody out there that's like, I can't fucking listen to audiobooks and all the crazy like reasons why I'm not gonna do that. Listen to it at 1.5 speed or 1.7.
So I've actually heard that.
If you are,
Okay.
you know what I mean? If you're the type that has a hard time keeping track, because at one speed, I'd be a fucking sleep.
Okay.
Or I'd be in my own zone thinking 18 million other thoughts
Yeah.
outside of the book.
Writing your own book in your head.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And well, I have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but here's the thing: like when at 1.5 and 1.7, you have to be like,
Okay.
I'm
I'll
tracking.
try it. Yeah. Okay.
I'm tracking. Okay, cool. And then it's really awesome because then now I get to swallow so much
More
amazing
information.
and personal growth things that literally improve my life constantly.
Okay.
So it's like and I got an hour drive to work. I mean, I live
Yeah.
here in Erie. I work down in Littleton.
Yeah.
So every day I'm like pounding.
You're consuming
in
information.
lessons. Yep.
That's
and
awesome.
And it's great information. And I do love my fantasy books though too.
Oh, I'm obsessed. So
Yeah,
you
but
have to try the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. They're amazing.
Okay.
They're
I
very
think it's-
funny.
Who's Mass? Sarah Mass is.
Oh, I read all of her books. Yeah.
Oh, she's,
Yeah.
I'm already done with
Well,
her. Like,
have you heard the thing about where they're actually written where you are supposed to skip parts and go back? The girls at my work, they actually like went through and tagged them all so that you're reading 3 of them at one time and then you skip to book 3 and then you go back. It's wild. You'll have to look up on Reddit or something. It's insane.
No, I did not
Yeah,
know that it was like the
that's-
shadow work book.
yeah,
I had no idea.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I'm not vibing with this.
Yeah,
right
I
now.
wasn't either. I was like, I have to reread those? Oh, no.
Yeah, no. I just
Yeah.
love them though, and I love the character developments in them
Yep.
because the funny thing is, when I read the fantasy books, it actually maps. And this is really weird. Maybe some synchronicities going on there, but it actually maps with the personal development growth books that I'm reading
Oh, cool.
currently. or maybe I'm just more aware of those,
Yeah.
right? And so it
So
makes
it
it
speaks to
shine.
you, yeah.
Yeah, and it really gives it a different level of connectivity as opposed to just being taught at.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you get to see it happening
Yeah,
in
it
an
connects your
interplay.
life into it.
Yeah,
Cool.
and it's
Yeah.
really awesome, especially if you also live it out, right?
Yeah.
Like, so all these different confirmational points where all of a sudden it becomes something that is actually imprinted into my brain
Oh, I love
and
that.
into my function, as opposed to just, oh, that book was good.
Yeah.
That was a lot.
That was
And
a lot.
then
I
next
want to
book.
read the next one because
Right.
I want to know what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's awesome.
Cool.
So, okay, so then those are some of the things that you do to stay out of the gutter. How was your journey out of meth? What was that like?
Yeah. So, it's kind of a wild story. So obviously I didn't have much parental guidance, if any. So I got involved with a very much older man when I was very, very young, and he was manufacturing methamphetamines. So
What is the world? You know how many people I've met through this thing now that have had the hookup for somebody that manufactures meth? I did not have that luxury.
I learned how when I was a kid.
You learned how to?
Yeah. So, yeah. He told me it would
smart
be
enough.
always
I don't
be
know
a
why
way
I
to make
didn't.
money. Yeah. I mean, you're definitely smart enough. But I'm not going to teach you how.
No. Not now. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
no, no.
past.
You're
I just feel
where,
like I missed
where
out.
were you 18 years ago?
I just
Yeah.
feel like I missed out. Like,
Yeah. I mean, I had the good stuff. No. So,
I bet.
yeah. So we were involved in that. So at the very end, when all was said and done, we were, raided. And, the feds were coming in the windows and, that was not so good. So
Any jail time for you?
yeah, so we went to jail, and his brother lived with us who never did drugs. Poor guy. And he had a couple open heart surgeries, and so he lived with us. We always took care of him at this point. So basically, went to jail. Ended up doing a property boundary survey on our property, and they had gotten the search warrant illegally by stepping onto the property and finding, a bottle of pseudoephedrine. So I was released from jail. But the district attorney, her name was Sharon Doctor. I will remember her forever. She came to me and said, you are worth so much more. What are you doing with your life? So she basically gave me the freedom to leave state. And I had, so many years to not get arrested, not get in trouble. And I took what she said to heart, and I got a job in Death Valley at the resort there, and, they give you housing and they feed you. And I basically didn't know any life skills at all. I didn't know what a bank account was. I didn't know how to drive a car. I didn't know anything.
What is it with meth addicts? Same
Yeah,
here.
we just don't know. We don't know how to do laundry. We don't know how to eat food.
Nope.
We don't
If it
know
wasn't-
anything. So we
If
don't.
it wasn't for my cousin who took me in, I mean, he literally opened up a bank account with me.
Yeah, because you don't know.
I had no fucking
You have
clue.
cash in your pocket or none. Yeah, so
Mainly none.
mainly none. Yeah. So yeah,
I had drugs in my pocket.
yeah,
And mainly
or
none,
not. Yeah,
cash.
mainly none. Yeah.
Oh no, I always
Yeah,
found a way.
always
to get
find a way,
drugs.
yeah.
There was no not having drugs.
Yeah, there
You know
was
what I
never
mean?
not having drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I had to learn at 19 years old basically what most people had been learning their whole life, and it was a struggle. I got my license when I was 21 years old, which was a catalyst from me doing meth and rolling a car with a bunch of people in it when I was 14, almost killing somebody. So yeah, I basically had no life skills, and I think part of me being
Wait,
so
you stole a car? At 14?
no, it was one of those things where you're at like a meth house, and the lady, she gave me her car to get to school because she was all whacked out and had been up all night. So I went to school, and then at lunch, I was like, let's go do some meth. And so my friends jumped in the car, and I didn't know how to drive. So, I rolled the car, and it landed on my friend's C4, and it was a big ordeal. So, yeah. So
Well, so you lived a very colorful life, I would say.
very colorful, yes.
Colorful's,
it was like-
colorful's one way to
It was
put
like
it.
a rainbow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So,
then okay, after that, then you're now in Death Valley.
yep. So then I met, we're in Death Valley. So this is a very contained environment. Everybody that works at the resort lives there. And, what do? You drink. We're all partying. So I'm now
so-
clean from meth. I'm 19 years old. But drinking is legal. And that's not something that occurred to me that could ever be a problem. So
Right.
I immediately dove right into drinking. And I would say probably the first time I blacked out, because I don't like to do things this way. I like to do them 0 to
Yeah.
a million. So yeah, that became my new DOC, and it just never ended. So yeah.
So you weren't what's the word? Like a functioning drinker, or were you?
I would say I was functioning. I always had this like instinct for survival since, I've always kind of been surviving on my own. I've always, so I'm in the service industry. I bartended and waitressed. So I've always, and after Death Valley, I moved to Vegas and started bartending and making a ton of money. I always paid my bills. I drove new cars. That was like my thing.
Oh,
like
so you were absolutely functional.
to me, I was, because I was able to feed
A
myself.
functioning alcoholic.
Yeah. So, I was blacking out every night. I'd pay my bills late, but they were paid.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Maybe there was like $2 left in my bank account after that. But, you go to work and make cash. So I never worried, and to me, that was the ultimate functioning, is that I had a nice car. I had an apartment, I was fed. And that's the definition of functioning to me at the time. So it never occurred to me for a very long time that I had such a serious problem with alcohol. And then, over the years, it started dawning on me that this is not okay. When you get a DUI and you're 3 times the legal limit and still functioning, and you're like, oh, okay, that's maybe not normal. So I struggled and struggled and struggled and tried everything I could do to quit drinking, and I couldn't do it. And then one day it finally clicked.
What was the aha moment for you?
It was really weird. It was nothing. I was out.
Aha!
Yeah.
What was it?
Yeah, I was.
Nothing.
It was me drinking and driving all the time, and I was out with somebody I just really didn't like, because I wanted to go drink, and I got in my car that night, and I remember getting on the freeway, and I was driving very poorly, and like kind of ran off the road, and got home and woke up the next morning with no recollection of where my car was or how I got there. Just that small memory of me running off the freeway, and it finally just stopped me in my tracks. Like, you're gonna die any day now. You're gonna die.
How old were you at this point?
35.
35.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I quit drinking when I was 35. Yeah.
And you were like, that's it.
That's it. And I said that a million times, like, today is the last day. And that time that's when I started setting, what, I'm going to go 20 days. I'm going to go, okay, this is good. Like, I feel great. 30 days, 40 days. And then, this is forever, And so I was able to get to that pink cloud stage where I was, thriving and feeling good and working out again every day and eating well. And I started seeing a counselor for alcoholism. And it really, really dawned on me that, I have a serious problem. So I just worked on it every single day. I did the entire, there's a book, now I'm going to forget the name of it, but it's a step-by-step meditation, and it takes a year to do it. And I did it every single day religiously. I would get up in the morning and I would meditate. I would read, have my cup of tea, and every night when I would get off work, instead of going to the liquor store, I'd buy a pint of ice cream. So
you got addicted to ice cream then.
I did. And, I was getting a little chunky, but it was better than waking up with no memories anymore, and, drinking shooters in the bathroom at work, and, and feeling ashamed all the time and anxious, and so texting people, what did I do? Or do you know where my car is?
Wow.
So, yeah.
That actually reminds me of kind of my journey, because, yes, I started at 7 years old smoking firecrackers.
What's a firecracker?
So a firecracker is when you take do not do this. I'm just trying to describe a situation here. This is not for you guys.
Don't write any of these.
Yeah, this is a problematic question. Anyway, so is when you take an empty Coke bottle.
Okay.
Take one of those flapjacks, the little ones you light, and they go all over the floor, and just light it, put it in there, cover it until it goes out. And yeah.
Really? I've never even heard of this. And
it's fucked up. It is. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't write this down.
It's stupid. Yeah. It probably killed like 1 billion brain cells all at once.
But they grew back.
I could have been so much smarter.
Imagine he'd run the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously. But no, so that's how I started, and then it went into marijuana, then it went into cocaine and ecstasy, then I jumped into meth. But the way that I did it, I always used the next drug to quit the last one.
Yep.
You know?
You're like, I'm doing great. I
And
quit
so-
meth.
Exactly.
You're like, I'm doing heroin now. So no.
And it wasn't until God freed me and I discovered love that
Yeah.
was what I became addicted
Truly,
to.
that's what it is
after
too.
that.
Like
Yeah.
nobody in that active state of addiction has any love for themselves
No.
or anyone else.
And that's truly what
Yeah.
they're seeking.
Yeah.
Right. And unfortunately, drugs will never,
They'll never fill it.
ever fill it. I mean, it's impossible. It comes close though.
It comes close
Sometimes.
until
Very
you
rarely.
need that next fix.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it's like that chasing the dragon concept.
Yep.
But the first few times you try something,
Yeah.
it comes close. That euphoria.
Yeah. That complete sense of nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like a really peaceful thing, but the real thing, guys, promise you, is so much better.
It is so
Once
much
you put
better.
that shit down and actually work to
heal.
love yourself,
Yeah.
heal, and then find somebody, especially when you find somebody, for me,
Yeah.
to grow with, that's like fucking the biggest pain in the ass in the world, but the most amazing
Hey,
pain
I have
in the
that.
ass in the world. I bet you do. I'm sitting over there. Somebody behind me, he says.
Yeah.
No, it's exactly right, but it has to be that way because it pushes you to be
It does.
better.
Otherwise, you're never going to be able to stay sober because
Or grow.
Or grow. Yeah. Or
It becomes stagnant and fucking
Yeah.
boring.
yeah.
Although I think once we learn a lot more stuff like with each other, I think there's going to be a lot more laughs
Yeah.
in between, like the arguments and the struggles. Look, both me and my, just like you guys, both me and my wife come from very, very tumultuous backgrounds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like either one of us
Came from a
Mm-mm.
fairyland.
None.
Clearly.
Neither, not even close.
Yeah.
And not that anybody does, right? Like
Yeah.
everybody has their own struggles and
Yeah.
has their own issues. But we're talking about full-blown, heavily addicted people to substance addictions. You know what I mean? So when we came into this relationship, you're talking like, you know how some people bring baggage?
Yeah.
We had a fucking
had a-
luggage
you had
rack.
a U-Haul
I mean,
full,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Unload the airplane.
Yeah.
That was our
Yeah.
shit. Like that's how much we brought into
Get the hanger
our
open.
relationship.
Yeah.
And the funniest part was, this is how insidious it was. Like by the time I met Jamie, I had already been doing a lot of personal growth and personal work, healing myself,
Yeah.
right? Like, and it's funny because when you come into a relationship like that, I literally thought I had all my baggage packed nicely now.
Oh, me too. Yep.
But boy, was I fucking wrong.
But
Like-
my zipper ripped on my suitcase and it all came flying out.
I thought I had my shit together,
Yeah.
and I was like, look at this fucking girl bringing in so much baggage into this shit. Oh my fucking
You're like, shut
God.
the door.
Now I got extra shit to handle.
Yep.
But
That's what Brady thought too, and then here I came. So yeah.
yeah, and then it's crazy because you realize how much of it is still you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And it's so awesome once you do get that awareness point, especially if you're willing to do shit about
Yeah.
it, right? If you're not, then that awareness point all of a sudden becomes shame, guilt, burdens, etc.
Resentment.
But, yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Especially when you just throw it at the other person.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We get caught up in that quite a bit.
Yep.
But we're dealing with the shadow work and stuff like that. We're actually dealing with, right now, it's a huge transition for forgiveness.
Yeah.
We're working with these amazing coaches, Craig and Meredith. They're part of the Final Percent, and they have a company called The Road of Life. Shout out to you guys!
Woo!
Anyway, they're fucking amazing.
Cool.
And they help us so much with being able to figure out our individual dreams, then finding where they mold, and so that we could have our group dreams, and then separate them into like daily games that we could play
Oh, okay.
that really lead towards them, and then aim for playoff games that lead to the bigger goals and dreams.
Oh, I
and
love
then our
that.
Super Bowls. It's
Super Bowl.
fucking phenomenal.
That's
Right?
awesome.
Like it's phenomenal. And when you really think about it, and even last night we had a session, and because we got into a really big one on Sunday, right? And kind of that
Yep.
where neither one wants to fucking back down. And Craig did something to me that really fucking both pissed me off, but was like,
You're right.
Because like I wanted to be like this, sitting in my self-righteous chair, angry and feeling like justified in my anger, right? But then he pointed at all of our dreams and he was like, "You literally going to let that corny shit get in the fucking way?"
And you're like, "Yes, I mean, no."
Well, no, not when he said that, because I mean, you literally look at it, right? You're literally gonna let that corny shit that happened in one day, right? And when you really boil it down, it is corny.
Yeah.
It really is. Half the stuff that we fight about is fucking stupid, right?
Yeah.
Or it's just thoughts in our head that we developed into
elevated,
some fucking, oh my fucking goodness. But anyway, he was like, you really want to hold on to that shit instead of focus all your energy and going after all these amazing things that you guys both pointed out you wanted to do in your life together?
I like that.
Because one of them is renewing our vows at this cruise coming up.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? And we're 12 years married now, and we're going to do a vow renewal in April. And you're like, how you going to do this if you're fucking focusing on this dumb shit? And it was like, that's fucking annoying, you fucking piece of shit, but you're so fucking...
You're so right. Right
You're
now.
You're
so right.
And it's frustrating, but we get caught up in all the minutia and crap of like our lives, and it feels like the biggest thing in the world, especially when you don't have goals and dreams.
Yeah.
Because then there's nothing to compare it to.
Yeah,
it's just the current moment.
It's the mountain.
Yeah, and it's the current moment. That mountain is all that I fucking have.
Yeah.
But then when you realize you've got fucking
Mount Everest behind it.
And that's where you want to get to with the person you fucking love. Whew, it's a game fucking changer. Man.
Yeah.
And so, again, shout out to Road of Life, Craig and Meredith. Boom. Anybody out there that's having, you don't even have to have issues. Actually, you just want to take your fucking marriage or relationship to the next level, give them a shout. I will post them under this fucking shit. Luke, please make sure to put them under here. Oh, by the way, too, and Luke, make sure to take note. We need to find out what that book that you're talking about is, that you were talking about, that you were doing on a daily basis, because I also want to plug that in as a resource for people.
It'll come to me in a second. It's a very, very old book.
The Bible.
No, it's
pretty much.
It's like the Bible.
Like, it's a very old book.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when you figure it out, just text it to me,
I will.
And I'll send it over to Luke. Luke, make sure to tap in with me on that one so that we could get those resources out to everybody out there. So, okay, biggest, like one of the biggest things that we do for this thing is I'm trying to find out keys to freedom. Right? I have friends that are still trapped in addiction that I love so much that unfortunately, even with everything that I've been through and all the personal growth mapping that I've done, I have not found the verbiage or the keys for them to find freedom from addiction or be able to mentor them out of it. Now, there have been some people that I've been successful with, but there's still a few that I love so much to this day that are still struggling. And I realized I don't have the key.
Yeah.
So Sober Superstars was created to interview tons and tons of people that have done it so that you can help me find the fucking key for you. And you know who I'm talking about, especially. I fucking love you. I can't wait till one of these things fucking hit for you and you walk in freedom with me.
I don't know you, but I hope the same thing.
I don't know you.
You know, I think that for most of us, it's not having any sense of self. So you really have to find something that speaks to you. You know, like we have no hobbies. We have no desires except for getting high, getting drunk, getting fucked up. So I think maybe a first step is finding something that really speaks to you, even if it's something small, like going for a hike and realizing that the sun feels good on your skin. Or, you know, I did the whole cliche. I hiked the Pacific Crest Trail when I got sober. So, you know.
Did you?
Yeah.
What is that?
So it goes from Mexico to Canada. You know, you start in Campo, you end in Canada. It's 2,652 miles.
Wait, did you just say you fucking hiked that?
Yeah.
Did you go with her?
No. You wouldn't have made it a week.
No, I wouldn't have made it a week. You?
Yeah, you know. Yeah, he would have followed me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
One of the 4x4 crawlers that you got. There you go. Let's go.
Yeah, and you know, it was facing a fear. You know, I was like so prepared for this hike, but I never once set up my tent because I was afraid that I would back out of it. So I forced myself to do this, you know, and like when you're out there, you're just all alone with your thoughts and
It was just you?
It was, you meet people. I met tons of people, and I was on my high horse then, like, I'm sober, and like, you guys having a drink are shitty people, and
Oh,
so
you
it
went
took.
into self-righteous fucking
Oh
mode?
yeah, oh yeah. So it was
Okay.
a really eye-opening experience for me. So I wasn't making any friends doing that, but it definitely I made friends with myself, which was most important because I did not like myself at all, at that point.
See.
So I was able to, spend a lot of time like, what do I like? Like I didn't know. I didn't even know what color I liked. All I knew is that I wanted to get fucked up all the time.
What's your favorite color now?
Orange.
Oh,
The
nice.
col-
Oh, yeah.
The color of the sunrise.
I should have
Yeah.
fucking connected
Yeah.
that. Okay, so tell me about that name real quick. Just,
Orange slush.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I love the color orange, so my wheels were orange on my Bronco. So, I really love off-wheeling, jeeping now. So, when you air your tires down, they're kind of slushy. But, yeah, I just...
Oh, there you go. So that's the orange slush.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have had
It's
no clue.
very lame. Everyone thinks I like slushies.
I drive a Mach-E.
I love Mach-E's. I keep telling him that. He thinks they're so ugly.
Hey!
I know. I think they're cool.
Borderline prettier than Tesla.
It is pretty.
Oh, my God, it's way cooler than a Tesla. I love
way
them. I
cooler.
think they're really
I'm going to
cool.
take you out on a ride in mine now.
Yeah.
Actually, not right now. It's icy as fuck out
It's
there.
icy, yeah. I'm
But
like,
it does actually really great in the snow.
yeah.
No joke. Not quite like a crawler.
Yeah.
Not quite like a crawler. Better than your fucking Porsche.
Yeah, exactly.
What time of year? We're not getting
What time of year? What time of year is it better than my Porsche?
Oh wow.
It's a Porsche.
We're still ridiculous. This is how this shit goes.
This car guy. Yeah.
So then so orange is your favorite color.
Yeah,
What's your
because-
favorite number?
My favorite number is 2.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, I like even, round numbers, I think. So, and I was born on the 2nd, and, so.
What is your birthday?
December 2nd, 1982. So
Okay, cool.
there's a lot of twos
Lots
in
of
there. A
twos.
lot of
1,
twos
2,
in there. Yeah.
02.
Yeah, so it
82.
speaks to me. Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
so, yeah.
Cool. And so then, would that be? By the way, my name's Bernard.
Yeah.
His name's Brady. Second letter in the alphabet is B.
Oh, see? It was fate, babe.
So you really do like number 2s.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Look at that.
I'm number 1, so he
So
can,
that makes sense. Well, actually, the J is the 10th letter in the alphabet, so it's a 1-0.
Oh, see? Yeah.
So it is literally that.
There we go.
And 10 and 2
Look at his
equals
face.
12,
Yeah.
which is the letter L for love.
Aw.
and her last name. Her future last name.
My future lesson.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! Damn!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is really going
Yeah.
real great. Like, there you
This-
go.
numbers
Was that a
are- yeah.
proposal? Please don't let that be. That was a.
No, his proposal was amazing. So, yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Wait,
Some credit.
Yeah.
wait. So proposal already happened?
Yeah.
Damn. You're right.
Are you blind now?
His
Are you
proposal was
bli- yeah,
amazing.
Yeah.
I thought these lights were fucking bright.
I mean, they
Shit.
saw it in
Show
New York.
everybody.
Yeah. So.
Show everybody.
Yeah.
Bing. Damn, he went bling on her Brady.
I tell you, I would have never had this if I hadn't quit fucking drinking.
No.
Excuse my language.
That's what. Excuse
Yeah,
your language.
okay.
Like, yeah, I'm like 45 fucking curses in.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you
Yep.
live this life.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
good sober.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fucking Brady. That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you hearts right now.
Yeah. Hey, watch it.
Hey,
No,
no,
just
don't worry, don't worry. You saw my gorgeous.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna
I'm
send
good.
her hearts. I love her. So yeah. Yeah.
Too funny. Okay, so then the hike, what was that like for you?
It was very eye-opening that I needed to cool my jets, and it also, gave me a lot of time to figure out, like, too much time to figure out, what I liked, what I didn't like, what really gave me like that zest, and it wasn't hiking, by the way. But it was, being outdoors and meeting new people, and I read every night, and eating delicious food. I just ate like microwave food all the time when I was drinking. I was hungover, barely eating top ramen, or doing whatever, just seeing the sun come up, seeing animals in nature, things like that, and it gave me a lot of time to reflect on forgiveness. I really had to forgive myself for, I blame myself for being addicted to meth at 12.
You blamed yourself for that?
Yeah, and I made that decision is what I told myself, and it gave me a lot of time to think about, like you didn't actually make that choice, you were a child. And it's okay. And you're doing everything you can to fix that now. And I work a lot still on self-forgiveness and compassion and empathy for myself, because I think shame drives a lot of us back into our addictions because it mutes that self-hatred. And you just have to get past it to continue to grow and thrive. You'll never be a better person until you can forgive yourself for all the mistakes you did and didn't make. So
when I started with the question, what was your key to freedom? It went into find an outlet. Then you said the hiking, which you're like, I'm never doing that again.
But that gave
But then
me,
it
yeah.
led to forgiveness. Would you
Forgiveness.
say forgiveness would probably be
Yeah,
the key to
definitely
freedom?
forgiveness. I still work on it, like things
Hey,
come,
it might
yeah.
be something you'll work
Yeah,
on till the
forever,
fucking day
yeah.
you die.
But
How often does Brady get the wrath of your...
I'm like a tornado, and he is amazing. I have to say, he does not attack back, but sometimes I go wild.
Yeah.
I go.
You are woman.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a she devil, and then I come back down. But now I am able to say I was wrong. I am sorry. Before, I feel like in active addiction, it was everyone else's fault, and fuck this, fuck that, and then I would just get fucked up again, and it would go away, And now I'm able to,
Oh, you thought it would go away?
Well, it did until I quit drinking, and then all of it was there, like on a platter, like here's all your mistakes.
Oh.
Here's what you did over and over, replaying in your mind. And I had to forgive myself. I really had to, I still do it, like, you are okay. Like, what you did doesn't define you. You can change. You can grow. You can be better. So, yeah, I would say forgiveness is the key. Definitely, I don't think there's any addicts out there that don't have any shame or self-loathing or self-hatred, You have to face it and forgive yourself.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And that's hard.
It's hard.
That's hard.
And you'll never stop dealing with it because, the subconscious is a horrifying thing. So, some things, I'll hear a song from 1999 and it triggers a memory, and you have to stop yourself. But the more you grow, the more tools you have to be able to say, hey, well, stop. You're okay. I forgive you. So forgive myself.
Oh, wow. See, I think I was blessed with a different position on this journey to forgiveness. And like sometimes my wife still struggles with that, and I am the beneficiary of her struggle. And unfortunately, I'm not as gracious in the moment. Sometimes I get really amped.
Yeah.
And, not to a point of attack, but I do definitely get really amped. And in her... in the stuff that she struggles with and so stuff like that, it feels like I'm yelling at her when I'm just really getting amped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but I actually got to experience a totally different aspect on this whole concept of forgiveness. Like, I thought I was the worst piece of shit in the fucking world, right, for so long. But when I came out here and my cousin took me in, I remember they would pray over me, and back then I had no relationship with a higher being, no relationship with God or Jesus or anything like that. But I was just like, hey, look, with them praying over me, I was like, God, if you exist out there, I have no clue if you exist, but if you do, you're gonna need to take this from me because I am literally at the tail end. And if you don't take this from me, I'm going back to Jersey and I'm going to do this to
the
death.
end. Yeah.
To death. Like, no, like to end it right then and there. I was tired of the cycling. I was tired of it. But I remember 6 days I went through, just sleep. I'd get up and eat and then just sleep and crash. And what normally happened for me is on the 7th day, like if I don't have any, I'm a fucking wreck. The withdrawals were insane, mental, emotional, physical. I mean, I had bloody stools. It was so bad, and stomach aches and cramps and everything like that. And I remember on the 7th day, it was so crazy because I was in a room that actually had big windows in it, and the whole room was filled with complete white. Like, I mean, so much light. And I was just like, I can't see things except for slight silhouettes. And I'm sitting in there looking at this thing, and I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck is going on? Holy fuck. And I literally felt as though every bit of the addiction was being peeled back from me. And I mean, I'm talking like from my fingertips and everything like that and out the back of my neck. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And I just sat there and made the fucking deal of my life. Like, if you take this from me, I will surrender my life to you. I don't know who the fuck you are or what you are, but if you take this from me, I'll surrender my life to you. Now, when that happened, I fell to my knees and I was like, I have surrendered my life. This is it. And I knew at that moment, there wasn't like a question of whether or not I was free from addiction. I knew. Like, I was like, holy fuck, it's over. It's over for me. I'm finally free from this. And I remember I called my dad. He was the first person I called. And now, a little bit of backstory with my dad. Whenever I wanted drugs or stuff like that, I would manipulate my dad into helping me out. Like, one of the things that I had him do was actually buy an ounce of meth and distribute it to me so that I could this is how it got bad, man. And my dad just loved me and wanted to see the best for me. And he was willing to do whatever the fuck it took to help me. That's why one of those posts that I wrote was, my dad was the first one.
Yeah, I saw
His
that.
love was the first thing that actually made me feel like I didn't want to do drugs. The first ever instance where I had so much drugs, but he showed me a show of love that I literally left those drugs there for like 2 days of not doing it right in front of me. I ended up fucking doing them, okay? But don't get it twisted. I wasn't free yet. It wasn't. But for 2 days, I didn't fucking do it because I was living off of the power of his love. And I was like, holy shit, there is something that's greater than this that I'm fucking. It didn't last then, but then, so he was the first person that I called. And I remember, you know, with the whole weaning off thing, he would cry giving me a tiny piece. And it probably could have worked, but I was lying because I was doing more on the other side.
Yeah.
And I just needed him as a backup.
You were like, I need a backup bag.
Yep,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so he did that for me. And I remember I used to have he'd call me like sad, crying, hurt, and for me, not hurt for him.
Yeah.
For me, he'd be like, hey, how are you doing? How's it going? And I'd be like, Dad, it's not going good. You know what I mean? Like, it's going bad and everything like that. And I know that we used to break his heart. But he was the first person I fucking called when I was on my knees. And I literally told him, I was like, this shit is done. And he starts crying on the phone, and I knew. And that's been done. And what I learned from that was I was given a forgiveness that I definitely did not deserve.
Yeah.
And so for me, forgiveness isn't one of the things that I struggle with. My ego is, definitely. And so what I realized for my freedom, my key to freedom was surrender. Full-blown surrender and just letting go, knowing that everything that I thought I had wrapped up or mapped or everything, the way that I lived my life was obviously led me to this bullshit.
Yeah.
And so I needed to do something different, and I was willing to surrender all of it at that point. But yeah, so I learned a forgiveness that was different. So for me, my path of forgiveness has been really, really awesome. I mean, even to the point where my mom, she had the hard finger on me.
Yeah.
And was always the tough one on me and always the judgment that even before she passed away in 2017, I was able to heal with her and forgive her.
I love that.
Thank fucking goodness.
Yeah.
Because I swear to you, if my mom would have died without that opportunity for me to heal with her, I'd be a fucking mess.
Yeah.
Because there was so much buildup. There still is a little bit of buildup that shows up between me and Jamie right now because of it. But thank God I was able to forgive and heal on that. And then God did a bunch of crazy miracles after that.
That's the book, A Course in Miracles.
Oh.
Do you know it?
Go. No,
Okay.
I don't, but I'm going to fucking
It's basically, you know, a higher power, and it's, you know, day by day. And if you miss a day, you have to start over. And it's amazing. You would love it.
A Course in Miracles.
Yeah.
Note that and put it on the bottom and stuff. Find out who the
he's like,
author
B
is.
is at number 2, and
Yep.
what?
A Course in Miracles.
Yeah.
So forgiveness.
Yeah.
That's the key to freedom.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to share? from your journey? Any big highlights in your journey?
You know,
Other than that big giant fucking rock that
I know. Can you guys even see me with the reflection? No.
Can your crawlers go over that thing or no? I mean, are your crawlers even capable of climbing that thing? Probably not.
The headlights are bright enough.
Well, they would just shine back and then it would blind him and he'd crash. So yeah.
You'd need to have them slushy tired to be able to do it.
So,
Slushy,
yeah.
is that the term? Slushy tires?
That's Jenny's term.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, I never said I was a professional off-roader. I just like doing it. So I guess my only tip would be, just question people. Anybody you find that's going through this, ask them, something might click for you that didn't work for somebody else, and whatever way works, don't give up. Because I tried 1,000 times to get sober and I never thought I would be sitting here talking about sobriety.
And sharing this,
sharing
to
this.
people, and hopefully it impacts somebody.
Yeah. So just don't give up. Even if you have made it 30 days and then you go on a bender, don't give up. That's not the end. Just keep searching for your way, because this life is far better than anything you could have dreamed of. Far better than any day in active addiction. Far better than anything I've ever had before the days I actually got sober. So.
Oh, but they're not even in the same.
No, they're not even the same planet. So.
Yeah. Hey, that's the one I was going to use.
Yeah, I'm so grateful. That's one thing I am grateful every single day, that I wake up and I don't have to worry about getting fucked up anymore. It's completely off the table. So
you just have to worry about him all day.
I know. Well, that's.
He's like, I got my
like,
shit together. Are you fucking kidding me? I got my shit together now.
Yeah, and
Back in the day, same thing.
Yeah.
Back in the day, same thing. But I got my shit. Life's so good.
Yeah, life is so good. Yeah.
41 years. So good,
so,
sober now.
And you know what? When you do, like you said, when you find your person to grow with, it's even better than anything you could have dreamed of. So, yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
Even guys, let me tell you, the fucking hard times that you go with the person that you are going to grow with, right? The hard shit that you go through, the painful stuff that so fucking worth it.
It's even the worst stuff's better than your best day on active addiction.
Yep. By far. Hold on. I had some good days.
She's going to watch this. Oh,
right?
no.
I'm just saying I had some good days.
Yeah.
Right? And then I've had some really bad days.
Really bad ones.
But you know what? When it comes to the outcome, right? Like even those good days never produced me a great outcome.
No.
These rough days that we go through, and as rough as it can get.
They make a diamond.
Yeah. She's got a nice diamond too.
Yeah, I bet. She deserves it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She definitely does.
Yeah.
That one's like 2 of them though.
I'll hide it. She'll be like, where's mine? Yeah.
Gloves next time.
Yes. Actually, I just have to keep pointing it out. But this is part of the life, guys. And it might not be the direction that you want to go. It might not be what you're aiming for. But whatever it is that you're aiming for, whatever it is that you want, you know what I mean? During active addiction, guys, literally, there's like a ceiling that you can't even see that's literally holding you down or keeping you away from any next level event that you want to experience in your life. So do me a favor. If you know anybody that's struggling through addiction, like she said, just help, right? Because it doesn't matter if this thing helps 1,000 people, 10,000 people,
or
1 million
1.
people, or 1.
Yeah.
Doesn't fucking matter. But if you don't share it, if you don't send it to the person that you love, you know what I mean? You never know. That one person might be the person that really needs to hear this right now. So do me a favor.
It might be the one time something clicks with them too. So you never know.
Right? That might be the key to freedom that unlocks it for them.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. Like, especially, like, imagine you're the one that sent it to them. And they remember that for the rest of their life.
And then you see them in 10 years and they're happy.
And they're living a sober life.
Sober life.
And you know what I mean? Like, that's just that's what this is all about. And that's what this is for. So please, please, please go ahead and share it out there. Tell everybody about it, especially if they're struggling with addiction.
And then you could be the next one on the podcast.
Right.
Talking about how this clicked for you. So
boom.
Boom.
Peace, everybody. God bless.